Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the daily drawing practice with me, your host, Dylan Sara. And over here, the amazing hot dog noodles, tolling, photographed by our dear friend, Shannon, at DJ Parrots Carrots on Instagram. We've been... Shannon is here. Hello, Shannon. Thank you for photographing your wondrous, amazing son for us. Hi, Ed. Anyone who's watching, say hello in the chat. Say hello in the comments if you're watching the replay. Tell me what the last thing you drank was. So, we've been focusing on glasses. And yesterday, someone said, I want to do some more challenging glasses because we had these almost frontal, easy to draw glasses. And we've been going through a process of drawing lots of different glasses. And then Shannon was like, I'll photograph Tolling when he comes over. And now we have like this, we've got opposite light thing happening, but there's interesting glasses thing going on. And this is like a potentially challenging position to draw the face in. He is so amazing, says Shannon. And Shannon would know best. But having the glasses in this challenging perspective is going to help us. It's going to make it so much easier because we'll just be able to use the glasses as a drawing guide. Like I've been talking about these past few days, how when you've got glasses, then it helps you put other things in the right position. And there are things about this which are tricky. We can't see the eyes at all. And everything. If you've learned to draw a face like this, the frontal view of a face, you look at it like this and it doesn't look like a face anymore. So I'm convinced the glass is going to help us. So let's draw. Kiki says very challenging. Great to have you here, Kiki. Let me just see. 8 of you are here. So 3 of you have said hello. 5 of you, you could just wave. You don't have to though, no pressure. But you do have to give me a thumbs up. Like and subscribe, all of that stuff. Let's draw Tolling. I don't know how long. Yesterday, oh no, I was going to say let's do 6 minutes because I was really happy with the drawing I did yesterday, and that started with 6 minutes and then another 6 minutes. And sometimes when I have an hour, I kind of feel like I'm floundering and don't know what I'm doing. Blackie Francis, Barbara is here. Hello. I have my reference, fresh page. There's a little bit left on this page, left over from yesterday, but I'm going to do it here. Maybe something. Oh, Peggy is here. Hello, Peggy. Nice to see you in the chat in your little icon. What is that? A landscape. Hello, Peggy. Let's draw Tolling. So this will be. I'm going to explain why I think this is so helpful. A bit more instructional than some of the other live streams where we just start drawing. Barbara says, great reference of Tolling. Shannon says, it's funny to see my torn up back door on the internet behind Tolling. I love that yesterday someone said, I want to draw glasses in challenging positions. And then Shannon's like, I'll take a photo. And now today we're drawing the photo that someone requested yesterday. So if any of that kind of stuff comes up in future, Nick Art, hello. If people have requests and then someone else in the chat was like, I can provide that reference, take a photo, send it to me, and perhaps that's what we'll be working on tomorrow. Okay, I'm going to put my timer on anyway, just so I can kind of know what's going on. Barbara says, cat in my lap, drawing supplies too far away. Enjoy watching. All right, I'll put the 6 minutes on, but I'm gonna explain why I think these glasses are so helpful here. They have a fairly clear angle, and if we can get that angle kind of right, sometimes it can be a bit tricky depending how much practice or how we're feeling on the day. We basically want to take the angle that we see in the reference and put something pretty close to it over here. And there's a whole lot. Where's my crop? There, like the neck. So if maybe I'll start over here without the glasses, but just kind of finding a place to put them. Just trying to copy that angle. You cannot see my blue. it's a bit darker. This is still really light. So trying to get this angle right, and this angle of the frames are in, it's not a straight line. There's like this kind of dipping down like a very shallow V shape. But if we can see where this corner is kind of starting and bring a line across, which is kind of like a similar angle to what's there perhaps. Let's say that's it. I'm going to put the other arm coming up here at a not quite vertical angle. It's tilted back this way a little bit. So now we have this shape. So instead of the complicated perspective of the face, we're just trying to figure out this very clear shape of the glasses. And they're coming in about, this is probably not, what am I going to say? I feel like they're kind of, like I said, a very shallow V shape coming in to here and angling back up this way. So this is like a construction line to help. And then this is very, the thing is, I find when something that I'm very familiar with is in a new perspective, that I'll like autocorrect and thereby make it wrong. So what we want to do is just try and, as faithfully as we can, copy the angles of the lines that we can see. So we've got like this really, if you wanted, you could go around like checking angles all over the place on your reference to be like, okay, what's this angle? Get a protractor out if you want. Shannon says, how is he so handsome? Geez. Hurfus, I have more drawn than Dylan right now. Good, yeah, whatever. Yeah, so just checking that angle, and then we're coming back up with there's like another angle. And there was some stages I was figuring out how to draw things and often discontent with what I was ending up with. And then at some point I realized like recognizing angles, and I'm sure I didn't just realize it. I did lots of courses and workshops and all sorts of stuff, and somehow something sunk in that helped me internalize the realization that recognizing angles, being able to replicate angles, is a very helpful skill to practice and develop. So here, there's this idea of the line that I had over here. I don't feel like it's super helpful here. Well, similarly, there's like a V shape coming down and then maybe coming back up. But let's say we've kind of got this shape done now, just kind of an indication of it. And the bridge between the frames. And here, we can say that from this corner, I kind of feel good about the shape of the lens, the size, the angles. And we can always keep checking in like with the vertical, like what is the angle here compared to what the vertical would be. And you can do that. You can do it by drawing it and measuring it, but you can also just check by eye or hold up your pencil to it to try and gauge, oh no, the angle's a bit steeper, a bit shallower. That can be a helpful thing to do. And now here, I want to get this, like this corner, or the opposing corner here, and I'm seeing it's much higher if I compare it to this frame. So now to get this frame in the right place, I'm looking within this frame. It's like way up here and over here. And this is almost, it's not halfway through here, but it's like almost halfway along here. That is really interesting to notice. Like, yeah, checking in, using the landmarks of the shapes that we've already put down, and here the same kind of angle thing over here, we could like check that. But yeah, using what's already existing, the existing marks we've made, can help you make an educated commitment. I was going to say guess, but it's more of a, we're not guessing, we're doing, we're committing. And this, from this corner, the frame is coming out here, curving around and like wrapping around here, and kind of making another shallow V. That's already 6 minutes. I've got a lot less drawn today than I had yesterday. Bonsoir, Wolverine. So 6 minutes just to explain how I think I kind of see the angles of these glasses. But that's all right. This was a 6-minute glasses study, which is going to make this challenging perspective totally doable. And it's going to be doable in the same sense I've been explaining the angles and how to try and check the angle. All of the other strange angles and lines in this portrait, we're going to be able to figure out in a similar manner. So maybe I will reinforce my commitment to these lines, these angles I put down. It's also going to make it easier to see. So you can start light, and then just once you feel like you've found a good place to put the lines, you can just get darker. Commit. All right. So now pretty much these are these glasses, and I could check in like this arm is, oh, it's much lower than this. What we've got, it's about where this hinge is here. So this arm is like only going up to here. I was going to like push it further back up. So always checking in across the reference or the model, whatever we're looking at, like how do things line up with each other, and that will help us kind of put things in place. And now here I see this really awesome negative shape, which is coming in about halfway to this frame. And this, I was mentioning this drawing by eye. I have my most viewed live stream was about observational drawing by eye, where I really broke down this step-by-step way of measuring, looking at angles, and basically what I'm doing here, except I went into it a bit more depth. And then from here, this kind of thing that I love, that there's this shape here, it's wrapping down here, but the actual beyond the frame, we've got that edge of the face here, just that little lightning shape here. I like those kind of things. I like these layers of light and shadow. Those kind of things are fun to capture in glasses. And this is really cool that there's no eye. It's such a beautiful photo. And the eyes are totally concealed, at least in the version I've printed out. I can't really see. A bit of an indication here of something. Hello, Louisa. If you're not already, I would love you to join my mailing list. The email address is in the description down below. And I will inform you there of things that I do and opportunities for us to draw together. And I'm doing daily portrait drawing at the moment, and I'm curating reference that I'm sharing with everyone who wants it. And that is at the Discord server. The link is also in the description and at the top of the live chat. Here we have some facial hair business going on here, which is like almost vertical. Whenever there's so many angles going on, it's nice to be able to grasp something which is vertical or horizontal. It can be a bit of a support. It's not quite vertical, and it's like a soft transition from the skin to the beard, but it's kind of vertical. And on the 19th, that's just over a week from now, I will be hosting a webinar which is going to be like this, but it'll be in Zoom and we'll be able to chat with each other, called Leaning into Lightness in drawing. But I feel like it's transferable to whatever aspect of life you need it in. But we're going to focus on drawing. All right, trying to just check in now, like where is this nostril going to be? Where do I want to put it in relationship to the glasses and the shapes that I can see in the glasses? Where I've put the shadow, it's kind of like here. And I'll catch myself when I just like quickly go about drawing stuff. Sometimes we're like, oh, this is a bit, something's off. And then if I find something which is fairly accurate and I can compare like that, that can often be really helpful. And another thing that I would like to continually talk about, because I would love to have you join if you feel called to do so, is I'm starting a mentorship. And it's going to be 3 months of a couple meetings a month, one-on-one live with me, and a group meeting, and the daily references, and a consistent sketch practice combined with creating a body of work together of more in-depth pieces as well, and doing exactly what you want to do, even if you don't know what that is yet. That is something that we're going to work on together in the mentorship. Barbara's extremely motivated to draw this tomorrow. I just felt like something's not quite right with the nose, so I just kind of notice if I move in a bit closer. It's just a couple millimeters, but that might help. Yeah, the mentorship link is also in the description. And I'm really excited and happy to have people signing up for that. And I feel like it's going to be the most immersive way for me to be able to share, teach and guide you and grow together. And I feel like there's this whole ecosystem of offerings that I have on the internet, courses, live streams, tutorials, and this is turning into a new person. It looks like a person, but I don't know, Shannon, do you see tolling here? Yeah, the mentorship will be a way for us together to focus on your work and where you feel you would like to develop, or perhaps you feel stuck with your development. And this is a lot more intimate than online courses, which are great and have taught me so much. But this is going to be us really covering a lot, spending time together, focusing and creating a vision for where we see your growth and what you want to achieve. And so far it's been interesting. From the people signing up, there's some specific desires, and they are different, and that's perfect. It's exactly what I want, because everyone comes with their own hopes or challenges, and one-on-one we can go through that together, and in the group we'll be able to learn from each other from the process of figuring it out. So I feel like this is a good drawing. I don't know. I know it doesn't look like tolling. I feel like this doesn't look like that person. So maybe I flattened things out a bit too far, but I still like it. Just my likeness is a bit off. So if we went in and checked through the angles, perhaps we would find where the inconsistency lies, if we wanted to. We just keep drawing and not worry too much about it being tolling. But tolling is wonderful. And this drawing, however it is, however if any of our drawings are, has nothing to do with how wonderful any of us are. Shannon and I had a conversation, which is also on my YouTube channel, the replay, a conversation with Tolling on Drawn Together, which was great. And it would be great to talk to Tolling again because it's been a while. And I know lots of things have happened in the world and in his life, and his now the companion of a wonderful dog and a personal trainer. And I always hear just love and goodness from Shannon, my dear friend, talking about you, Tolling. I don't know if you watch this, but if you do, we need to talk. I sent you a voice message. We should draw Kimmy, and we should tell Linda. I have promised Linda that we will... Kiki thinks I nailed it. Thank you. Oh, that's good. I promised Linda that we're going to do a pet portrait live stream. And that's going to be quick portraits. We could do Kimmy on your channel. We should definitely tell Linda and anyone else interested in drawing beautiful beings of fur. Tolling is at the gym right now. Okay, there are things about this that are working out. I'm going to now make it like give it some value and commit a bit more to some of these lines. How is everyone doing? What do you do when it's snowing? A couple of days ago, for the first time ever, I've never had to really shovel snow before. Last place we lived, it was on a slope and we didn't have to clear the snow, and we didn't have like a footpath in front of the house because it went from our house straight to road and car parks, and so we were not responsible for removing snow. And the house we lived before that, it was like out in the bush, and we didn't have to clear snow there either. We just let it be. And because we lived up on the top floor, and our landlord who lived down the bottom, he would just like clear the doorway, so I never really had to shovel snow before, and I enjoyed it. My ex-girlfriend's parents in Belgium, when I first came to Europe, they got me to clear their driveway, and that was fun. But I've never had to do it in my own place where I live. Today we had some friends over and went sledding, although most of the ice has already melted. It like snowed just below freezing temperature, and then it went up, and then it went to minus freezing, and it's just like hovering around melting. Hello Nicole, welcome, late. Baby bunnies would be a cute stream. They are so cute. Maybe I could show you a picture. I have a couple of cute photos of baby bunnies. This one is cute. Thanks for sticking around while I look through my photos of bunnies. How do I do this without showing you my kids? You just woke up. Good morning. Did you sleep well? Remember any dreams that you would care to share with us? Oh. We need a webcam on the bunnies. They probably wouldn't stay still for very long unless we were holding them. But yeah, they've gotten, just in the last 2 days, so active, and it's really cool. I'll continue this stream very soon. I just have important things to do. But yeah, ask me questions. Talk amongst yourselves. You could start a conversation. You could ask questions. You could answer each other's questions, and I could also have a go answering your questions when I get back to it. Right, there's a baby bunny. I guess that'll do. One of each. There are 2 babies. Oh, wrong file format. Okay, here we go. One baby bunny amongst the feet, and these are surprise additions to our family, and now eagerly accepted and loved. All right. Wolverine asked, so Tolling is Shannon's crush. LMAO, he's my son. And here are the bunnies. Yeah, how cute. So cute. Look at them, so little. And they're just, it's so nice. They're in this little enclosure, and then we bring them out, cozy on the carpet, and they explore, and they're being curious, and it's just an unexpected and wonderful new part of our lives. Okay, let's keep drawing Tolling. Yeah, they are. They're great. How's your drawing going, Shannon? You said you had more done than me because I took so long talking about things, and I don't know what's going on. Compared to yesterday's, where some drawings draw themselves. It's just what is it? Help me find reasons for everything. So it's interesting. Of course, drawings don't draw themselves. The process of finding out what doesn't feel quite right and how you can make it feel more right is an interesting process. Wondering if I check that, maybe the mouth, the lip is too far forward. That could be a contributing factor. Does anyone feel like they just nailed it straight away? And it's totally everything in the right place, and Are you still here, Peggy? How have you been? It was nice to see you here. I often have cause to think of you. So we moved house 2 months ago now, and I renovated the place, took wallpaper down and painted, and and part of my wish, and it's already coming into fulfillment for this new chapter of our life as a family, is to have more music in our life. And I was here one day, and everything that had been, the walls had been stripped bare, and I came with the shakuhachi and I played, and the sound in this empty space was it was wonderful. And so the wish for more music, the first musical act was playing the shakuhachi in the empty new living room of our family. And now there's lots of instruments in there, and there's also lots of cushions and a couch and a carpet, and it doesn't sound like it did, but it's our youngest is now 6 years old, and we had instruments which whenever we tried to get them out, would be played with, and things would be put out of tune after they had just been put in tune, and some things are quite sensitive, and so there are some instruments that have just been on standby for years, and now they are sharing the space with us and are more present in our daily lives and inviting us to play with them, which is really cool. Peggy's still here. Aiken is now also here. Aiken has joined the room. Have you been... What's the time? 9:30. That's okay. Do you want to draw too, Aiken?
No.
Can you be careful?
Nach hinten stellen.
Oh yeah, but careful. It sounds like you're breaking it. Can you not break things while I'm doing this? Break things another time.
What?
Break things another time. When I have attention and time to add that sound, I don't like it. I can feel it going through my bones, sounding like you're breaking the chair.
Oh, man.
Please stop it.
Nee, das ist immer so.
It's not always like that because I've never heard that before, so
Weil
please.
ich hier was umstelle, was man umstellen kann, damit man den Sitz nach hinten stellt.
I'd rather you didn't. Stop it. Shannon, try not to brag. He's my number one most drawn subject. I don't want you to keep doing that. Please stop doing it.
Jo.
Oh wow, Peggy, tuning the human biofield, playing around with tuning 128 hertz. Cool. Wow, what is it? Could you tell us a bit more about that? What is it like to tune to 128 hertz? I have heard people talk about different tunings. Don't do anything here.
Mhm.
Was it you that got rid of the reference one day? No, that was Holly maybe. Holly came and she touched something and like the reference disappeared, and Holly played with this and the camera fell down, and don't touch anything here please, okay?
Nope.
You can be here,
Yeah.
don't do anything here.
Yeah.
You can draw if you want to.
No.
You can watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, the idea of tuning to different frequencies is, I think, really fascinating. And I was listening, there are so many awesome conversations on the Science and Non-Duality podcast, Sounds of Sand. And I'm pretty sure it was in one of those where they were talking about different systems of tuning, and is it in, I'm not sure if it's Indian classical music, where they would take one instrument and everyone kind of like would tune to that instrument. I do not have any deep theoretical understanding of this. I've just heard things. But at some point it was kind of decided, okay, everyone is going to tune to this frequency so that everyone's instruments match each other, work together, there's no dissonance that's not intended. And it was just kind of set for a long time that this is how everyone tunes. But how different tunings can have the way the sound moves through us just has such a different, can have such a different effect on us, which is really interesting. And by locking everything into a certain system of tuning, then we are limiting our experience of sound. And yeah, I would be intrigued with that intention of changing the tuning, just to see how it is different, how the sound is experienced. I made the time that I was drifting around, traveling, and the time when I met Kira, I was building flutes and overtone flutes. So they didn't have any external tuning, and I could just shorten the length of the flute, or whistle, whatever, overtone flute. It has no holes. It has a mouthpiece, which has a fipple, I think it's called, which is like a recorder, which is cut into the wood, but there's no holes the length of the wood. You just play. There's a harmonic scale depending on how hard you breathe, and the variation in the tonality. And even though there are no holes, you can get like 14 different notes from this one instrument. And that was, it taught me so much, building and playing, learning with these overtone flutes. And one was that each flute is in tune with itself and has this range. And that was something that I had felt really afraid of and blocked by in my musical experience of the past. Just like playing things wrong and it feeling bad, and like, oh, those notes don't sound good together, like, oh, what am I doing? And I feel like part of my experience learning music from teachers as a child, music teachers, it didn't turn out very well. And my experience of learning music in school as a child made me think I can't make music. And then as an adult and encountering these flutes, the overtone flutes, I then learnt a whole different way of being playful with music without having to understand anything theoretically, to just feel it and experiment with it. And it was a very liberating experience, which is a recurring theme in the way I do things and the way I draw, and having different practices that lead to a liberating experience of that practice. And sometimes it's about constraint, and sometimes it's just about doing something totally different. And so, yeah, one of my teachers when I was building flutes explained to me, like, each flute is in tune with itself. It may not be in tune with other instruments, but in the beginning, that first initial sound, it's always just, that is the sound of that instrument. And that was really interesting, because I made a lot of these flutes, and I got to play all of these different unconventional tunings, no tunings, just the coincidental tunings that I happened to cut the length of the branch. And then if people wanted specific tunings, then I would cut it so it would be tuned to a particular key. But that experience of playing all of these different, very different tunings, which had a harmonic scale within that was fitting and to itself. That was just a very wonderful experimental time of my growth and learning of music and intuition. I can just Google it. I will. Thank you. Peggy, tell us about this. Google it. Yeah, I don't want to occupy all your time with having to type. Yeah, you can just keep drawing. You looked up and I made him appear. Ellen Day McCuskick. Who's that? Look them up on Spotify. Oh, my drawing's gonna make you cry again. The frequency hit you different. Since we're all just vibrant particles, super interesting. Yes, Ulverine, very interesting. 440 versus 432. I've been wondering about the vibration frequencies of colours and if these can be detected by blind people. My husband is completely blind now and I haven't noticed that different colours affect him, says Peggy. Yeah, that's interesting. What about different color light? Is it like an ambient color? Like if you're in a space which is green or a space which is yellow, but what if it was different lights? Is there any? Because I was listening to something about how light travels through us, like we have these layers of protection and stuff, but especially the light coming from space and the sun, that it moves through us, and that was like kind of super interesting and mind-blowing. And about how different lights, which are also different wavelengths and frequencies, right? What is the interrelation of light and sound? Because it's all vibration. There was something in this conversation. What was it? It was one with Rick Rubin. That was so interesting. The thought that like everything is vibration and some things vibrate at a higher frequency, at a lower frequency, and in music and these sounds we feel those frequencies, and it has they move us and they make us vibrate and resonate in different ways, and some things that have what was it like? I was saying, I'm just kind of half remembering things. I listen to so many things and it's all interesting, but is it like everything is sound because everything's vibration, and some things are much higher and lower frequency than each other, and the way they affect each other. It's very interesting. I noticed that when I was traveling and making flutes and just making music all the time, like everywhere I went, I had these flutes with me, and I noticed a lot of response from animals, because at that time I was outside a lot and in the forest a lot, and I had squirrels come up to me when I was playing the flute, and I had cows responding, like fields of cows all looking and paying attention as I was playing, and horses that had just been, I thought they were running around galloping and dancing to the music. And some people who perhaps either have different ideas, I don't know, we'll let anyone be the judge of anything, but these horses would like gallop around the field and they would come back to me, and they would gallop around again and come back to me. I don't know if I was annoying them or if they were just intrigued because they hadn't heard these sounds before. I played to a slug. Apparently slugs can't hear, but it definitely started coming towards the sound of the flute. And then I went to the other side of the slug and kept playing, and then it turned and went in that direction. So it was, sound is so special, so amazing, and it's so direct. And I wonder a lot about image making and sound, that I don't know when I'm thinking of sound just being as so, you can't choose not to perceive it. That it goes through. Yes, I do need it. Please don't touch the end of it and make it greasy. Then I won't be able to clean my camera anymore. Do you need it?
No.
Yes, it's for cleaning the dust and stuff off of camera lenses. Not all people have the same sensitivity at all. The way sound affects us is visible when a helicopter comes close to water. Oh yeah, all those things of like to different frequencies, sand or rice on these metal plates, creating all these incredible forms and stuff. Like, and you see the sound is directly affecting these shapes. Those things that's so cool. Yeah, the way water moves, and we are water. So if we can see the water moving in response to sound, and we being made up of water are also being moved by sound. And I've been thinking recently, I have these really great headphones, but I was thinking recently how the experience of headphones is just like the sound is going through my head and I'm hearing it and appreciating it, but it's so different to feel it through the whole body. Mm. Alright, this is turning into quite a lengthy drawing, but I have set no particular time limit for this daily drawing practice. In the daily drawing practice, if this is the first you're hearing of it, I'm sharing reference in the Discord server. The link is in the description. And I said, if it's only 5 minutes a day, that's great. That we can, just by setting aside some time to practice every day, we learn and we broaden our experience of what we see, what we have drawn, and different perspectives, different, we just collect a great array of different things that we've seen and things that we have tried to figure out and represent. And even if it's just 5 minutes a day, that all adds up. So some of these daily drawing practice drawings are going to be much briefer and some of them are longer, and that's fine. And now, there was a stage where I was like, oh, I feel like I haven't drawn tolling and I was kind of not satisfied with it. But now, with the values coming in, I'm feeling better about it than I was before I added the values. So that's interesting. So it was worth spending time. But if I had gone into it thinking this is going to be a 6-minute drawing, I would have done it totally differently.
That's an Unterschied.
Yeah, turn that light off when that light is on, because those lights, we don't see it, but they flicker. And in the camera here in the background it goes and it flickers because the video, you can notice if that's on.
We can see it.
Yeah, but that one, if that light's on and you wave your hands, it's like you see tick 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 tick. It looks staggered. It's interesting.
What's it drawing now?
Hmm?
What's it drawing now?
What do you mean? Still the same. Yeah, still the same drawing.
So I thought you were starting another thing on the other side.
No. Speaking of animals, a lot of animals have so much more spectrum in their senses. Humans are very limited in the spectrum of their senses compared to what's available. That is so interesting. That is true. Truly interesting. What's also interesting, having these baby rabbits in our house, is to see how fast they are developing. And it's somehow like it's so familiar. Even though they are, like, I have 3 kids and my children are not rabbits, but just watching these little babies grow and develop so fast, and to see their curiosity and see their need for warmth and shelter and how they react to things, it's and I know they are experiencing such a different world in the safe and limited confines of the shelter that we have provided for them. And to think that in their limited experience of the world, in their shelter, and because it's freezing outside, we've brought them into our garage, which is under the house, which is warmer, still cool. But like, that is their world right now. And we come and visit them, and we bring them out and let them run around on the carpet, and then they get to explore and see things, and then we put them back in their little enclosure. Run. They hop around, learning to use their legs and expanding their field of experience. No, they're not supposed to eat real food yet. Yeah, and I read that they're not supposed to have it yet.
What? Why that?
They're too young to eat it. Yeah. They don't. No. Not oat flakes, because that would just be like super starchy carbohydrates. They're supposed to eat the whole plant, not just. Yeah, they're not supposed to eat porridge. They're supposed to eat plants from the fields.
Grass.
Have you already brushed your teeth?
Yeah.
Great.
No.
So don't go sneaking things after brushing your teeth, yeah?
Do you want to talk about Zelda right now?
No. Zelda is not what I want to talk about right now.
What are you talking about right now?
I don't know, just about bunnies, about sound, about drawing. Icon has a very comprehensive and passionate understanding of the world of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. Best bunny dad. The smell of breakfast being made by my kids is calling you. Oh, cool. Thank you to your children. Thank you for coming in here before breakfast. Enjoy your raisin toast. And thank you, Shannon, for this picture. Thank you, me, for this live stream. Thank you for coming so early in the morning to join the fun. Peggy says you'll be amazed at how quickly your little rabbits grow up and start making more little rabbits. Oh, it's shocking, really, speaking from experience. Yes, those are surprise little rabbits. So we're already amazed because I've already told the story this week, but we got rabbits from friends who were surprised by their own baby rabbits. They had 3 rabbits, and then they had 17 rabbits. And they were like, "Do you need some rabbits?" And we're like, "Okay, we'll take 3. We have 3 children, we'll take 3." And we thought that we had got, and it was I know, it was a moving experience for me. I took the boy to the vet so that he would not become a father. I was like, wow, what am I doing? Doing this to this little beautiful little being who's been trusted to our care, but we don't want heaps of baby rabbits, so this is the thing I have to do. And then the deed was done, and then we confidently thought the other two can't make babies together because they are, we thought that they were both girls. And then, a week and a half ago, we came home one day and we're like, what's that? And unfortunately we found out because one froze, it was too cold, it came out of the nest. I'm like, they're babies? How can they be babies? And there was this moment of like, what's going on? They can't be babies. But they were babies. So yeah, now we have separated the father is now with his castrated brother outside in their lovely enclosure, and Mama Bunny is with the two babies inside. So yeah, we watched them grow, and it was amazing to see how they got so big so fast and how they eat so much, and within the space of 7 months, making more bunnies. All right, I feel like I'm getting close to saying that's it for today. Does everyone feel like figuring out the glasses in the beginning helped to draw the rest of the face? Tolling joined the room. Hello, hello. Thank you, Tolling, for being our muse from this beautiful photo of you. So cool that you're here. Just made it for the end. Shannon stopped drawing so she could watch. Wait a minute. Louisa says you were saving your own sanity, Dylan. Barbara hopes the brother doesn't turn out to be a sister. Yeah, it's so confusing. It's so confusing. If everyone could see my YouTube search history of the videos I've been watching to try and figure out who's a brother and who's a sister. I've watched these videos, but it didn't help me figure out. Nature found a way to make more babies. Thanks for joining us, Tolling. I sent you a voice message, I don't know if you've heard it yet, about movement and such things. How was your time at the gym today? All right, so I just said I'm feeling like I'm about done for today. This is such a different drawing than yesterday's. So here is Tolling today. Here's Tamaka yesterday. Here's a bam, there's a sketchbook on the ground. Two very different drawings. Everything. Your pleasure. Thank you. Tolling looking huge. It's been a pleasure drawing you today, Tolling. A challenging angle. And we've been focusing on glasses, which perhaps Shannon explained to you yesterday. So we wanted a challenging angle of glasses and of the whole face, and this was a very interesting experience. So thanks for sharing your greatness and your angles with us. The whole fam. Matthew says Tolling's looking huge and the whole family is here. Shannon is crying. You're great, Shannon. You're great, Tolling. You're great, everyone. Thank you all for being here. I'm saying I feel like this is it for today, but I'm also kind of like...
Who's Tolling, Dad?
This is Tolling. Tolling is Shannon's
What
son.
is that guy?
A man's son. Icon, who's hanging out here, is 11. A future man. Do you feel like a man, Icon? What is a man? A grown son. You are growing, my son. Alright. I've said that was kind of it. Why is it going out of focus? Puzzling. Thank you for being here, Peggy. I'm going to be looking into tunings. Thank you for your presence. Thank you, all of you, for your presence. It was a special treat to see Peggy here. Because Peggy, you were there right in the beginning of my online offerings, and it's always nice to hear from you and to see you. Shannon says hi to Icon.
Thank you.
Share your work to the Discord server. Join the Discord server if you haven't already. It is a great place to share. And I'll see if it's still on my clipboard. It is not. I will send you the link because I'm sharing the reference every day in the Discord server to the daily reference chat. There are multiple chats. I would recommend, if you're going to join this, if you have the app, that you turn off the notifications. I don't get notified because when you don't want your phone interfering with your calm life by buzzing every time someone posts something. But people are sharing there and you can see it. You can take it in slowly. And I said a couple of days ago, I feel like it's like looking at an art book because you can get really close to see people's process and their details and their marks on the paper, and I'm really enjoying it. Thank you. Thank you for noticing the hugeness of my son, Barbara. Thank you. Nighty night. Night night. Take care. My son wants to speak about Zelda with me. So I think that is what my evening has in store for me. Until tomorrow. Take care, dear friends.